Continuing on, we'll now be adding headers and footers to our proposal. You can follow along with me on page WD258. The first thing we're going to do is our footers and headers are only going to be for our proposal. We're not going to have them on our title page. That's why it was important that we set up that section break. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are in section 2 where we're going to be adding the headers and footers. To do that, you click down here on the page number. It's not coming up for me. There we go. And this is where we can do our find, replace, or go to. We want to be on the go to tab. We want to select section. And we're going to put a 2 in there, and that says go to section 2. And this will ensure that we're in section 2 so that our headers and footers go in the proper section. Click on go to, and it'll take you there. Then you can close this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and create our header. So we display the insert tab here, and what we want to do now is go to header, click that, and we're going to go to edit header. Now that will put us here in the header. One thing you want to check for, I'm going to go ahead and click this. Let's just say yes. This is probably more along the lines of what you're seeing now. If you see this same as previous tab down here, what that's saying is your headers and footers are going to be exactly the same as the section before this. We don't want that. We want our sections to have different headers and footers. In fact, our first section, where our title page is, won't have a header or a footer to it. So to get rid of that, we want to click this Link to Previous button. So go ahead and click that, and you can see that same as previous goes away, and now we can insert our header. To do that, we're going to select header over here, and we're going to use a predefined header. We're going to use the alphabet header. So go ahead and click on alphabet, and you can see it inserts the header. It has that nice red line there, and then a place where you can type your document title. Go ahead and click on that type the document title, and this is where we're going to insert the document title, which is 5th Annual Knoll Springs Charity Auction. Okay, now that we have our title in there, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to insert our footer. To do that, we're going to click this Go to Footer button. That'll take us into our footer, and our footer we're going to add the same predefined footer or style as we did for our header. We're going to use alphabet again. So go ahead and click that, and now here you can see where we can type text, and then there's also page numbers inserted. Click on the type text, and this is where we're going to put in our tagline, "Join us for this great cause." Okay, now that we have our tagline in there, you can see the page number is saying page 2. It's doing that because it's based not on sections, but actually just on the number of pages in the document. The title page then would be our first page, and this would be our second page. Now we're going to want to change that so that it reads page 1, because we want it to be the first page of the proposal. To do that, we go up to the page number here on the Design tab, and we're going to go to Format Page Numbers. When we do that, we can come down here to the Start At, and we can declare what number it should start at. Now we're going to start at 1, but you could start at 5, 6, 7, anything you want there. We're going to change that to a 1 and hit OK, and you can see it changes the page to page 1. So those are our headers and our footers. Let's just go ahead and close the header and footer section here. And now you can see it's got a nice header, nice footer. There's page 1, there's page 2. Now if you go up to your title page, you see there are no headers and footers. That's where the sections come into play, and that's why it was important that we inserted that section break. Okay, so that's headers and footers.